Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Welcome to Saturday morning. We are in the weekend, and just a little while ago, the thunder here in my area was epic. Now it's raining softly. Unfortunately, no more epic thunder for right now, but such beautiful weather. Welcome to Saturday. Somebody, good morning. Stefan, good morning. Beatrix, good morning. Marsha, good morning. Hello, beautiful humans. So happy to start my Saturday morning with you. Right, let's get into today's message. Our teacher for this week is Alan Watts. And the title of today's message is My Mind is Racing. Is that an experience that you are familiar with, or an experience that you have sometimes been familiar with? A racing mind that you just can't overcome? Honey, good morning. Linda, good morning. Hello, beautiful souls. When we have a really busy mind, the worst thing we can do is add more thinking. Anxiety and stress is associated with racing thoughts, which is a high and fast brainwave state. In this mind space, we often struggle to think clearly. And if we're being faced with getting serious work done, or even worse, trying to deal with existential life issues, the spinning nature of thousands of thoughts per second make finding solutions almost impossible. Danae, a very good morning. Hello, happy Saturday. And then the all too often conclusion to our lack of finding answers is that we need to just think harder. And this is a trap that I still find myself sometimes falling into. A busy mind, lots of pressure, perhaps, some anxiety, perhaps, a mind trying to find answers and then thinking, and this might just be a subconscious thought, thinking, I just need to think harder. And that never works. Can you see how this is pouring fuel on the fire? When we try and outthink an already busy mind, when our solution to too many thoughts is to add more thinking. The brain science in this is clear. Every time we do this, it drives our brain in only one direction, even higher and faster brain waves. What we need in these moments is to go in the opposite direction, away from the head and into the body. The first thought from Alan Watts says, to go out of your mind at least once a day is tremendously important. By going out of your mind, you come to your senses, says Alan Watts. And the last thought from him says, a person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. So he loses touch with reality and lives in a world of illusion. When you deliberately redirect your thinking away from being just in your head down into what your body is feeling, your brain waves don't have much of a choice but to slow down. Your brain will naturally want to get right back to busy thoughts, but you can take some control of that by continuing to explore what each of your senses are feeling, and perhaps even cycle through them a few times until your thoughts become slower. Taking a break from what you're dealing with, dropping out of your mind and into your senses, will enable you to get back to whatever needs to get done with just a little bit more calm and clarity. Anami, good morning. Happy Saturday. Hello. This is, of course, our meditation today. Come to your senses. Step away from the busy mind into the body. Anchor yourself in the present moment experience of your senses. And that kind of forces your thoughts to slow down. Just some other examples of walking in the opposite direction of busy thoughts is any kind of movement is really good for that. Go for a walk, see, hear, and smell. go for a workout, go for a run. Every time we bring our attention into our body that way, the brain waves have to come down. So if you're ready, today's experience is, of course, simply sitting here and going through our senses. Trish, a very good morning. It's awesome seeing you here with us. I hope you have some time to sit down here with us for a while. You can close your eyes and we'll start with the first few big breaths together. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. We're starting our journey through this body right now by checking in with different body parts with every breath. So with your next exhale, as you breathe out and soften, bring your attention to the space between your eyes, to your forehead. Do you sometimes find yourself carrying a frown there? And when you do you remind yourself to soften? With your next exhale, bring your attention to the space in and around your mouth. Do you perhaps sometimes find yourself grinding teeth, or find that your tongue is being pressed hard into the roof of your mouth, or that your jaw muscles are clenched tightly. And in those moments, do you have a conversation with this body? Do you remind this body that everything's okay, that you are safe, that it would be okay to take a deep breath and just soften? With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your neck and shoulders. Do you sometimes find your shoulders pulled up high? And in those moments, do you remind yourself to take a few big breaths? Roll out your shoulders and just soften. With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your stomach area, to your abdominal muscles. And right here is where stress hides the most effectively. We can have tight stomach muscles, abs, for years and years carrying stress there. When you realize that you're holding and tensing up your core so tightly, place your hands there and have the conversation with your body. You are safe. You are loved. You are being held. You are allowed to soften. With your next exhale, bring your attention to your legs and your arms, specifically your hands. Another place that tension can hide without us knowing we're clenching our hands into tight fists. When you notice, remind your body to soften. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, continuing to help our bodies stretch and soften. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left. And forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. And lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we could be in this moment, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Our journey today is called Come to Your Senses, because it is having the sensory experience that each of your physical senses are providing you today. The idea of an exercise like this is to walk in the opposite direction of busy thoughts. So don't fall into the trap of overthinking your senses experience. Just open yourself to whatever the sensory experience is or isn't, with no judgment, no criticism. Take your next big breath. As Alan Watts reminded us, go out of your mind and come to your senses. Our first stop is your eyes. In this exercise, we're keeping them closed. And the question is, if you were to open your eyes, what would be the most obvious thing you'd see in your room? Now, with your eyes closed, as you take your next big breath and dive deep inside, study this obvious object with your mind. See it from all of its angles, see all of its color, and find all of its texture. Take your next big breath. Open yourself, open your mind to the experience that your eyes would give you. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, we're changing gears. What would be the least obvious object in your room? Reach out with your mind and find it. And as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, study this less obvious object. See it from all of its angles, see all of its color, and find all of its texture. Take your next big breath. This is an exercise in mindfulness, allowing the experience to be had with no judgment and no criticism. We'll take a step down to your ears and what you can hear. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, Bring your attention to the most obvious sound that you can hear. Listen deep into this obvious sound. See if you can find the layers of vibration in this obvious sound. Take your next big breath. Then we'll change gears. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, find the least obvious sound that you can hear right now. Something that is barely a whisper. Lean into that less obvious sound and see how much of it you can draw in. Take your next big breath. Notice your ability to have the experience without judging the experience you're having. We'll take another step down to your nose and what you can smell. And for the next 2 stops, nose and mouth, change your breathing to whatever it needs to be for you to smell and to taste. And lean into curiosity. Is it possible to be curious about the ability to smell or taste anything at all? So with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, what is an obvious smell that you could find right now? Take your next big breath. And then we'll change gears. Could you be curious about the possibility of finding any other smell at all? Anything besides the first obvious smell? Take your next big breath. Pay attention to your ability to allow your body to have the experience. And ask yourself, could you become better at allowing all experiences to be felt without the need to run or hide or numb? We'll take another step down and practice it again, this time with your mouth, your taste buds. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, lean into the curiosity of, would it be possible to find any obvious taste right now? See what you can find. Allow your body to have this experience. Take your next big breath. Then we'll shift gears and become curious again. Would it be possible to find any other taste? Anything besides the first, maybe obvious taste? See what you can find. Take your next big breath. Notice how you have grown your ability to be with the experience, whatever the experience might be. We have one more stop, the surface of your skin. So as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, scan the surface of your skin and find, where is the most obvious sensation? Hold your attention there and feel all of the pressure and sensation in that obvious spot. Take your next big breath. And one more time we'll dive in. Search the surface of your skin for a spot with the slightest sensation. Perhaps you can just feel fabric rest on skin. Or perhaps you can feel the air touch your forehead or your cheek. Take your next big breath. Thank your body for all of its sensory experiences. Isn't it a privilege to have this vessel? We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back, or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time today's message by Alan Watts. He says to go out of your mind at least once a day is tremendously important. By going out of your mind, you come to your senses. He says a person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. So he loses touch with reality and lives in a world of illusion. The truth is that whenever we have a problem with thoughts, when our brain waves have gone higher and higher and our mind is racing, I guess that's what we could call having a problem with our thoughts. Whenever we're experiencing that, more thoughts only make it worse. So we need to learn in those moments how to walk in the opposite direction. How to walk in the opposite direction than the busy thoughts. And this is one example. You don't have to wait for this big meditation to come around. You can stop and check in with the senses of your body at any time. This really helps doing outside. Sitting in nature and going, what is it that I'm seeing? And allow your eyes to see. Don't fall into the trap to overthink what you're seeing. We're trying to walk in the opposite direction, remember? Then ask yourself, what can I hear and only hear, just hear? Don't overthink what you're hearing. And just smell and taste and feel. Some of the other ways we can walk in the opposite direction, from our busy mind into our body, is any time you move your body. High on that list tends to be a walk in nature as well. But any movement. Go for a walk, take yourself to the gym, go for a swim. Any kind of movement helps your thoughts dial down and slow down your brain waves so that when you need to get back to focus on what needs to get done, you have a clearer mind. We'll take the last 5 breaths of gratitude together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this body and all of its amazing senses. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning more and more how this body works. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to be a good custodian of this body. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the amazing tool that is my brain, my thoughts. And thank you also for learning how to put that amazing tool down when it's necessary. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for being on this journey today. Thank you for going on the adventure with us. Maggie, a very good morning. Hello, it's great seeing you. Take a moment today to appreciate this body, and perhaps when you get up from your meditation right now, find something to eat, find something to drink. Maybe it's a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and then take a moment to really come to your senses while you have something in your hand to smell and taste. Thank you, Beatrix. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Marsha. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you, Sunmarie. Thank you, Anami. Have a beautiful day, beautiful humans. See you again soon. Ciao, ciao.